Hi guys, so welcome to string formatting in our Introduction to Python course for data science. In this channel, we are learning Introduction to Python, the basic steps, taking it one object at a time, learning Python, and eventually we are going to get into the field of data science. Right, so today we're going to be talking about string formatting. In our last exercise or our last video, we talked about string methods. So check out that other video. And if you think it's cool, just like it and share it with folks who are trying to learn Python for data science. Right, now, what is string formatting? String formatting can also be called string substitution, right? So I'll basically put a documentation here and I'll call it string substitution. Excellent. Now, it's a situation where you would like to insert a string into another string, and I'll give you a situation where this works. You probably want to make a printout. You want to print out something to stream, and when I say something to stream, maybe an expression which has a printout on it. You want to print it out to stream, but you want to make it readable. Say you need to create a template, or you need to have something like a form that has different inputs inside, or yes, different ways for you to read it up. Again, you can also use it for debugging outputs, and then of course, again, like I said, printing out to stream. So basically, you have situations where you would create a variable. Let's call this variable jumper. Then inside jumper, I'll call it Ronaldo. Yes. Now I want a situation where if I was going to print out this, I want a situation where it's going to look readable. I want to say something like Ronaldo is the greatest in the game, or is one of the greatest in the game. And you see that I wouldn't have to start doing a lot of printouts and saying, okay, print Ronaldo is one of the greatest in the game. So that's why we're going to do string formatting. Now, string formatting has different ways to accomplish it, but we're going to be looking at two. We're going to be looking at the most recent type of string formatting, right? And the what we're going to be looking at is called f-string, right? So we're going to be looking at f-string, and we'll show you how f-string works. Now, f-string starts up with this, so we just put this here. So because we want to be talking about f-strings, so let's document this properly. So this is f-strings. So I'll make this a markdown so it looks not bigger than the first one, but you can see it's now underneath. Now I have created a variable and assigned Ronaldo to it. Let me assign age. Ronaldo is 38 years old, so yes, so we'll put 38 here. So now this is now where we are going to use string formatting really well. Now, for us to now put a string inside another string, we would use stuff like this. So we now use f. So that's how it starts, and then you put a single, or you can choose to use double quotes, right? Then I want to say Ronaldo, and we now know that Ronaldo is already here. Hold up, let me make this a lot larger. And yes, so excellent. So we now know that Ronaldo is this, and we can see that his age is this. You can see it over here. So in here, I'm just going to introduce the variable jumper. So of course that's Ronaldo, right? And I just go ahead to make a statement and say is one of the greatest footballers of all time. of all time, comma, and he is only, again, I now introduce this curly brace. So you can see the two curly braces, this. So now, very interesting thing you need to look out for is the curly braces. The curly braces create a room for us to introduce the string inside the string. See that? So if I just call on this, okay, there's an error somewhere. Where is that? So it says end of line while scanning literal strings. Okay, so the F string starts with this and should end with this over here. Nice. So let me run that again. So you now see Ronaldo is one of the greatest footballers of all time, and he is only 38. In fact, I could say he's only 38 years dash old. Right, so and I'll run this again. You can see he's only 38 years old. So you see how that works. So now, simple stuff. When you create an F string, you put an F over here before your string of characters, series of characters. Then you use the curly brace. You use the curly brace. Then you insert the variable into the string. So that's how we do that substitution. Yeah, right. So it has to. You have to do that, right? And so that now works. So basically, this is how you use them. And again, you probably want to make maybe this quotes disappear. You can basically introduce a print to it. So when it prints to stream, right? When it prints to stream, you can see that it disappears. Right, so basically that basically works. So when it does that, it's done. Again, there are other ways for which you can use string formatting, but I'm going to talk about that in the next video. So we just make this short video, and then in the other one, we're going to talk about the dot format way of doing like string substitution. And so basically this is it. Now another thing is you can also call a method inside inside of this F string. Why and why is that? That's because F strings are being evaluated at runtime, which is it's evaluated at the instance. The Python interpreter is evaluating it. The Python engine is evaluating it at runtime. That means you can make valid expressions inside of them. So again, I could copy this whole stuff here. Nice. And inside here, I'll probably say dot upper. So remember, it's dot upper is it's a string method. So I can use this, and then when I run this, you can see that Ronaldo is one of the greatest footballers of all time. Again, you can see that this now comes out like this. So it's really, really a cool way to do a lot of stuff. It's really a cool way. You can use them in many ways than one. So that really makes for it. So again, we do a recap here. So you see, we introduced string formatting. Right, a form of introducing strings inside strings. You can also call them string substitutions, right? And so here we created a variable, we assigned it Ronaldo, age, gave it an integer value, 38. Then we went on to create using an F string by introducing F here, then using the curly braces to now insert our variables. And you can see how that came out. And I also let you know that it's evaluated at runtime, so that means you can also introduce methods inside of them, and then these methods make them can make them look really different. So you see here, probably want to ruin everything and just say Ronaldo is only 76 years old, but we know that's not true, so I can always change this. Right, so here we go. F strings. Now, F strings are so important to the grand scheme of things when it comes to learning Python. So it's interesting we pick up all these little tricks when we eventually get into writing code, you can now see how we introduce them as we move forward. Like, subscribe, and share this channel to those you know who are trying to break into data science. Really, really important.